I'm going to start with the outside of the design first. So here's my reference background, and here's my reference background, and if this was the end of the moulding or the end of our design, I need to take that away. So this is a little bit of ordinary relief carving. This would be the subject, and so what I'll do is I'll use my V tool here and just run across a line here like this. That is just above the background, just above, I'm going to call that the background here. Then push this back. I'll just take a bit of this off so you can see. So I'm coming down to just above the background. I'll just go up there a little bit. So very carefully try and eye that through, and then I'd be levelling this off with a flat gouge. So this is how I'd work a background, and then I'd also go into this area here, clean all that up. And if you want that smoother, then of course you would have to scrape it, sand it, that sort of thing. And of course you can come along here and merge that in. So that would be that end sort of finished. But what I now need to do is to set this edge in here. And depending on how far away I was with the V tool, I can nibble that back again, just stopping short of that background. So I don't want to stab in, but I want to come in close. Let's see that bit here. So there's a little bit, you can see that little bit of mess down the bottom. That shows I haven't gone into the background. But I also want to do this. I want to take this into here a little bit, like this. I'll show you about these sides in a moment. But so I've taken that in like that, and I've come very close to the line. So what I need to do now is, with a chisel, set this line in. And here, and I might need a mallet, but if this was harder wood. So we take that. What I'm trying to get is a neat junction here, and what I am doing is going straight down. So this is whatever chisel I'm using, I'm going straight down and not at an angle, and there is a reason for that, and I will explain that in a minute. So make sure that's square, and then we'll pick a gouge. Sorry, I want to do something first. What I want to do is put a little notch in here, a little stop cut in there with your skew chisel or fishtail or whatever, and that will help protect the grain. So that and that there, and this gouge we should pick so that it joins this line and heads down there. Okay, so we pick that, and then it's a matter of cleaning that up, and if necessary you go back and sort of fiddle with that. Now we've used that gouge here, and of course we can use it on the other end as well, so remember what that gouge is. So we've done the ends, and now we can just turn to the sides. We're going to do the sides very similar. So here's the wood we're removing, like say here. I'm going to take my gouge and nibble that back a little bit, very carefully, making a little turn like that, you see. Making sure I don't go down to the bottom, up to the line, remove some of that waste. And I'd use the same tool all the way along. So when I've got the tool in the hand, I would just repeat that. I would also still, now it's even more important to put a little stop cut in there to make sure nothing breaks out from the grain. And then it's picking a gouge that does the same thing. So here's a biggish gouge, that might work. This gouge, there you go, this one will do it. So I'm going to stab straight down. I'm going to pull that round and it'll match that over there. So even though it's not long enough, because that's quite a big gouge you'd need, I'm coming round on the line. And that gouge, that movement of the gouge, following its cut, that'll give you an accurate line. And then here, of course, I need to go back to that other one, which is a little bit tighter. Take that down. So I've now set in the edge. This is very much like relief carving, and in fact it's the same thing we do when we're doing relief lettering. So although this is a Celtic knot, this could be a letter D or something like that. So just to say that there's nothing special about what I'm doing here in terms of carving. Then I'll clean all this up, merge all that in. So I would work all the way around, the design at this point with that stage, repeating with the same tools each time. So here's the outside done. Just to recap what we're looking for, we've got lines, and so this line that we've created wants to look as if it's going to go down here. So these lines have to be, directional, shall we say. We're also going to, we've got lines here, which is a junction between the background and the wall. So that junction wants to be clean and vertical. So everything's clean and tidy, and get it to this stage, and then we can start looking at the middle bits.